during an approach to one of the most delicate airports in the world.
Oh no!
What?
A plane disappears from radar. The investigation will highlight flaws in crew training. Air France International Flight 066 approaches the coast of Main Island on April 19, 1999.
I heard you just got promoted.
In the left seat, Captain Alan Silver is in command.
Yes, and I'm excited.
First Officer Liam Davis is the pilot monitoring for this flight. The pilots are at the control of an ATR-72, a turboprop aircraft built by the Italian-French company ATR. With its two Pratt & Whitney engines, it can transport a large number of passengers over short distances. There are 89 passengers and 4 crew members on board.
Ask the tower if we can descend.
Tower, AFI 066, requesting descent.
AFI 066, descend to 9,000 feet. Expect a VOR DME approach runway 29.
We're descending to flight level 90, and we're expecting a VOR DME approach runway 29.
The pilots will land on runway 29, which is not equipped for autopilot landing. They will only have lateral direction and distance from the runway, while they will have to cross the surrounding mountains.
Approach charts, please.
So, we must be at 6,200 feet at 16 nautical miles.
All right.
Flaps 25, indicating 25. Gear. Down. Landing lights on. Checklist complete. Tower, AFI 066, 18 nautical miles, altitude 8,100 feet.
Roger. Call me back at 14 nautical miles. Cleared to approach runway 29.
Roger.
But while the plane is in full approach, he disappears from the radar.
What? AFI 066, do you read? AFI 066, do you read?
Air France International Flight 066 crashed into mountains, and no one knows where he is. 10 minutes after losing radar contact with the plane and after starting search operations, the controller tried in vain to contact the crew.
AFI 066, do you read? AFI 066, do you read?
Then, a research team provides the information everyone feared.
We have a visual on the plane, fire on the ground. There appear to be no survivors.
How did the plane end up here? Bureau of Aviation Safety investigators are tasked with answering that question. They retrieve the flight recorders from the tail and examine the crash site. By observing the distance the plane traveled upon impact, it seems clear that the pilots were still in control of the plane. The plane's propellers indicate that the engines were running at full power just before impact. Investigators conclude that the pilots saw the mountains and tried to go back up, in vain. It is therefore a controlled flight into terrain. 2 causes are suspected by investigators: a pilot error and an air traffic controller error. By listening to the cockpit voice recorder, they make a decisive discovery. When announcing the descent procedure, the co-pilot was skeptical about the altitude.
I feel like the altitude is too low for the distance.
How so?
I think the approach chart attitude is low.
And even questioned the air traffic controller.
Can I request verification?
Go ahead.
AFI 066. Do we have to be at 6,200 feet at 16 nautical miles?
But he was convinced that everything was good.
Affirm.
Okay, thank you.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
The controller was then questioned and indicated that since he knew the procedure well, he affirmed that the altitude was correct. Checking the plane's approach charts and comparing them to the ones used, they discover that there is information that has been erased over time, which explains why the co-pilot was confused about the information of the approach chart. But then, why didn't the captain do anything? Because he was on manual controls on a delicate approach, so he couldn't check the approach chart. By listening again to the cockpit voice recorder at the start of the approach, the investigators were convinced that they were on the right track.
I heard you just got promoted.
Yes, and I'm excited.
Newly promoted to co-pilot, Liam Davis could not have known that information was missing from the approach chart. These colleagues already knew this. He certainly didn't want to bother the captain and the air traffic controller any further. It was therefore a lack of vigilance on the part of the air traffic controller.
Do we have to be at 6,200 feet at 16 nautical miles?
Affirm.
Okay, thank you.
A reserved co-pilot,
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
and a erased approach chart which caused the death of 93 people.
Oh no!
We're to low!
Full power!
Pull, Captain!
Years after the crash, investigators published a report recommending that airlines renew approach charts regularly, improve the training of pilots and air traffic controllers, and encourage new pilots to better express their doubts to avoid air accident of the same kind to happen again.